Hello and welcome to a special edition of Medill Newsmakers. I'm Jennifer Lee. Football is America's game. It's not for the weak, not for the faint of heart, and for a long time it was not for women. But there's one league that's changing what it means to play like a girl.
This isn't powder puff, and there's no lingerie. It's full contact, 11-on-11 tackle football. Women's football.
When I started playing in 2003, there were maybe 10 or 11 teams. There's 65 teams in the league now.
The Women's Football Alliance has come a long way in a short time.
The level of play has increased tremendously.
But there are still several obstacles the WFA faces.
The issue is sponsorship, money, support, fans in the stands, and you got to get it on TV. Otherwise, people aren't getting exposed to it.
Many believe these issues are rooted much deeper than the world of sports.
This is a societal issue. The fact that there are all kinds of sponsors and television coverage for a women's football team that will play in their underwear. And with football, you have large rosters, so there's considerable travel costs involved. So sponsorship is key for this sport to grow.
In the meantime, it remains pay to play for these unrelenting athletes.
She's number 15 on the field, but number 1 in the record book. Quarterback Sami Grisafe joins me in studio after this.
Why hang around waiting for opportunity to knock when instead you can track opportunity down and knock on its door? You might ask, what's the best way to identify where opportunity lives? Here's a hint. Its door is colored purple. Northwestern University. Opportunity awaits your knock.
Before Sam Gordon, there was Sami Grisafe. The star quarterback of Chicago's WFA team is no stranger to breaking down barriers on the gridiron.
In 2000, Grisafe became the first female in California to play in a Division I varsity football game. She joined the Chicago Force in 2007 and has been a nightmare for defenders ever since.
She has an impressive football resume, which includes 1 national and 2 world championships. She retired in 2014 after a knee injury, but she's back under center once more for the final season of the Chicago franchise. Force owner Linda Bechet had more to say about her all-star quarterback.
Sami coming back, that changed everything for me. I wanted one final season for her because her last season ended in injury, and I wanted her to have a chance to write a different ending to her career. She's the best quarterback in women's football. She's the face of the franchise. She's a unique blend she's a pure quarterback with the mentality of a linebacker. She loves to hit people. So I'll say I hope that there will be another Sami Grisafe. I kind of doubt there will be anybody like her, but I hope that somebody steps into the void. She's a intense competitor. She is a leader, and that's something that every good team has to have.
And Sami Grisafe is with me now in the studio. Sami, welcome. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, just tell me a little bit about your retirement after the 2014 season.
Yeah, it was short-lived, my retirement. Yeah, so I had a knee injury during that season, and it wasn't really... I was planning on retiring in 2013 after we won the national championship, and then I got greedy and came back, had an ACL meniscus tear, and figured that was the universe's way of telling me that I should probably retire. So I did, and now I'm back.
So what was behind that decision to come back this year?
I got a call from Linda Bechet, who is the owner of the team and has been the owner of the team since I began playing back in 2007. And she informed me that it was her last year owning the team, and asked if I wanted to be a part of the Swan Song. And I couldn't say no, because the Chicago Force has definitely been a family to me, and it's kind of helped raise me in a lot of ways. I started when I was 21, and I'm 32 now, so it's a lot of years that's been a part of my life, and I wanted to be a part of it, and also get some retribution for the 2014 injury, and see if I could still have a go.
And so how does the league handle injuries like that as far as medical coverage, or is there any insurance?
No, we are required to provide our own insurance, and so the league doesn't really have anything to do with our medical situations, if you will. But we do have, we're very lucky. We have Athletico for our organization has been a sponsor for a long time. So we're lucky enough to have a trainer at every practice, to have a trainer at every game. Dr. Weber has been amazing with helping us, and you know, she's the doctor for the Sox and the Bulls, and so we have the best care. They did my knee surgery, and I'm very grateful to them. I saw Dr. Weber this last game. I think it was this last game, and I was like, yeah, thank you, because of you, I was able to climb Mount Kilimanjaro last fall. And she's like, oh, okay, good. So it was all right. So yeah.
On average, how many hours a week do you guys practice?
Off season, we practice around 9 hours a week. And right currently, when we're in season, we only get 2 practices a week, which is 6. That, of course, varies for each position. You know, I do a lot of film study. I have a lot of conversations with our head coach. We're all prepping workouts outside of that, because when we are together as a team, we like to maximize that amount of time to do team-oriented stuff, plays and scouts and all of that stuff. So, yeah. So it ends up being more always, but as a team, we're together 6 hours during the season, 9 off.
And especially more for you now that you live in LA and you actually commute to Chicago.
I do.
For every practice and every game.
Yes, I am a economy jet setter. My friends are like, "Oh, it's so fancy." I'm like, I'm flying economy airlines, so I'm not doing it with legroom, which after a football game can be a little intense. But yes, every week I fly out.
And do you ever, does it ever get to the point where you kind of question, is it really worth it?
There are some difficult mornings. I will not lie about that. I fly out on Sunday morning at 6 a.m., which means I'm up at 4, and we have had a game the night before, which means I get home around midnight. So I average about 3 hours sleep prior to having to go to the airport, and those mornings are very, very difficult. But I'm constantly reminded how lucky I am. I have a great community in Los Angeles. I have a great community here in Chicago. I love this city, and I get to spend a whole summer here, basically, and I'm never going to complain about that. So, and the girls and the team, we're, like I said, we're family. So I'm just happy I have one more go with them. It's going to be good times.
And while you're not traveling back and forth and playing, what are you doing in LA? What are you working on?
So a couple things that are pretty exciting. I'm a musician. I'm a singer-songwriter. I just finished collaborating with this guy, Coyle, and he put together a remix for a song that I had called Brand New Fairy Tale, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to be releasing it this month. Pardon me. So that's one piece that's really, really exciting. The other piece is I am part of a collective type thing. I guess we could call it a collective. It's called Sunsesh LA, and basically we're a private concert series, and it's invite only, and it's word of mouth only, and every week we put together a new show, and it's usually 3 musical acts and 2 stand-up comedians. Last night we just did our first off-site show at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, which is a huge venue. And it's funny, we're starting to get like comedians reaching out to us like, oh, you guys are booking off-site shows now too, like, which is really cool. Jonathan Giles is the guy that books that, and he's from Chicago as well. So we have a little bit of a Chicago contingent there. So that's also a thing. And then and we're working on a documentary also, and a lot of the team is in Los Angeles. But mainly it's my partner out here, Kathy Curris. We have a company called Vanguard Muse, and so, yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
And now this won't be the first time you're mixing music and football. Obviously, tell me a little bit. What was it like singing the national anthem for the gold medal game?
It was stressful. It was very stressful. It was a good time. It was, yeah. Well, I ended up having to do it because the woman that was singing all of the national anthems for the entire tournament, which there were 6 countries there, so it was kind of a heavy load to lift there. She ended up not being able to do the U.S. one, so they asked if I would do it, and I have a version with my ukulele. And it was cool, except for it's not like proper warm-up time when you're for either side. Like, I got my proper football warm-up time, but like I had to warm my voice up, and so I'm in the locker room like trying to warm up, but also trying to quietly I'm trying to get like the vocal range that I can without blowing everybody out while they're in the middle of their pregame like visualization. So that was a little bit rough, but I will say, like, once I was in it and, you know, we're out on the field and we're looking at Canada across from us and the crowd's there and kind of realizing what a cool moment it was in history, the song really came to life for me, taking the field wearing the red, white, and blue. And it was a really cool experience. I'll never forget it.
And coming up, the Huffington Post called it one of the most stunning versions of the Star-Spangled Banner we've ever heard. We'll show you Sami's performance next.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Welcome back to Medill Newsmakers. I just spoke with Sami Grisafe, captain of the Chicago Force and record-setting quarterback for the women's national team. In 2010, she became the first female to throw a touchdown pass in a World Championship tournament, and she returned in 2013 to win her second consecutive gold medal. She threw for 626 passing yards, 1 rushing and 9 passing touchdowns, and was named World MVP. But it was this pregame performance that gained national attention. Check it out.
Who's cross-eyed and my stars through perilous fight, o'er ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets
Keep an eye out for the superstar quarterback this summer as she suits up for Team USA one last time. And check out her website, www.samigrisafe.com, so you don't miss a beat. That's all for this special edition of Medill Newsmakers. I'm Jennifer Lee. Thanks for watching.